Well, I mean, firstly, just by way of background, I think people are aware of some of the events over the last number of days. Firstly, I would say this. I categorically and unequivocally deny accusations that were made by the Speaker in the House on the final day of session, except for one. And that is, in about a decade ago, I did bring a long gun into the legislature for a very short period of time, about 10 minutes, where I went in, grabbed some work, and left on the way to a hunting trip. Shouldn't have done that. It was a mistake. It was a lapse in judgment. And because of that, I offered my resignation as House Leader to the Premier, and he accepted that. And obviously that was announced today. The background is I didn't actually first catch the accusation. There were a lot of accusations that were made that final day in the Assembly. I didn't actually catch it until, some period of time after it was made. And I didn't recall that this happened. It was over 10 years ago. I actually don't know the exact year even, but it was 10 years ago approximately. I didn't recall it. I had some conversations with family, and I did then recollect, based on that conversation, a couple of conversations that I did recall after that. And I let the Premier know it was after he had already made public comments on all of it. And I offered my resignation to him as House Leader based on that recollection. And, as I said, it was a mistake. It was a lapse in judgment. I shouldn't have done it. I didn't even think about it when it happened. And it was literally, driving out to a hunting trip and stopped for a very short period of time. Security were aware that I brought my long gun into the Assembly, and I did it because I didn't want to leave it in a parked vehicle in a parking lot, which is not something that you should do. But I should have just not stopped at the building, but I did, and I made the decision at that point that I would bring it in because it was, a short period of time, and security were aware, and based on that, I left shortly thereafter and went hunting, and that was the only time it's ever happened. And like I said, I unequivocally deny all of the other allegations that were made by the Speaker. They are entirely untrue.
And so have you ever asked for permission at all to bring a handgun into the legislature?
Never have.
Okay.
Categorically deny.
Okay. And again, you said that you deny all allegations. What was your initial reaction by the allegations and bullying from the Speaker?
Well, look, I was surprised. I was disappointed. I, did not expect that to be the case. Obviously, as House Leader, I've worked with that Speaker. I've worked with previous Speakers. There's always a tension and a friction. I mean, that's the way the House works. Obviously, what happened was unfortunate, and I was a bit mystified, frankly, by some of it, particularly the allegations that were made from the chair. And like I said, I categorically deny all of them except for this one, which, having worked through and thought about, I acknowledge happened, and it was a mistake. And because of that, I've offered my resignation as House Leader.